యువర్ లైవ్ అని వచ్చింది. లైవ్ వస్తుంది కానీ వస్తుంది.
Welcome to MVC Academy. This is Venkat, Economy faculty. There are 25 bits are there with respect to the civil service. Let us discuss those questions. The first question. So, which statement is correct regarding the budget estimation? See, what is the budget estimation? Income and expenditure of the coming financial year in the form of the written documentation is known as the budget estimation. Budget estimation. Budget English word is derived from the Bogate French word. The Bogate means in the French that is a leather bag. The finance minister generally carry the leather bag to keep the documentation of the budget estimation. Okay, see, the budget word is not mentioned in the Indian constitution. It is a traditionally used because when the British government was there in India, the British used the budget estimation word. So it is carried by the Indian government also. But 112 article indicates the annual financial statement. Okay, so regarding the state budget estimation, 202 article indicates the state budget estimation. Okay, and then railway budget, general budget. The railway budget with recommendation of the Equator Committee 1921, the railway budget is separated from the general budget 1924. And the railway budget general both are separated from 1924 to the 2017 to 18. After the more than the 90 years, the railway budget is merged into the general budget 2017 to 18 during the NDA government. So there are the four options are there with regard to the budget estimation. So we'll take the statements. See the budget. So first one is budget estimation. Budget English word is derived from the Bogate French word. Yes, this statement is correct. And 112 article indicates the budget word. No, because 112 article indicates the annual financial statement. Right? Then come to the 202 article indicates the budget estimation, state budget estimation. 202 article. And the railway budget estimation merged into the general budget 2017 to 18. This statement also is correct. The answer is D, 134. 134 is the answer. Then come to the second question. Second question. Okay, which tax is the part of the income tax in the given format? So many taxes are incorporated in the income tax. For example, take the generally the tax is levied, income tax is levied on the following aspects. One is salary of the employee and business and house rents, capital gains, cryptocurrency, and the income tax is levied on this. And see, the capital gain tax is there. It is a part of it is incorporated in the income tax. What is the capital gain tax? Means when the trader gets a profit in the stock market, the capital gain tax is levied. Okay? Yes. This is the correct. And the cryptocurrency tax. See, capital gain tax is introduced in 2018-19 by the NDA government. Whereas the cryptocurrency, 30% income tax is levied on the cryptocurrency transaction. It was introduced this 2022-23 budget estimation by the NDA government. See, the cryptocurrency. So, if we get the income from the cryptocurrency transaction, Then cryptocurrency tax is levied. How much income tax is levied? That is a 30%. 30%. The minimum maximum is 30% the tax is levied. Then come to the TDS, tax deduction at the source. See, it is also incorporated. TDS, TCS both are incorporated in the income tax only. So TDS means a tax deduction at the source. The salary giver deduct the 10% from the employee salary, and this salary giver pay the government on the behalf of the employee. Of course, employee can claim at the end of the year. Okay, so here now this TDS and TCS also, and ABC is answer, C is answer. Then come to the third one. So which statements are correct regarding the NABARD in the given following? So the NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, it came into existence in 1982 with the recommendation of the Sivaraman Committee, and this is Apex Bank for the agriculture. It is Apex Bank in the agriculture. It is Apex Bank in the agriculture. Okay, it borrows from the RBI, Reserve Bank of India. It borrows from the commercial banks. Commercial banks means profit-oriented banks are known as the commercial banks. Government bank, private bank, foreign bank, RRB. These four banks are called as the commercial banks. And the foreign countries also, they raise the funds from the foreign countries. And the Apex Bank for the agriculture. So this is the fourth one is the answer, because NABARD, and it finance to the commercial banks. It finance to the commercial banks, and commercial banks finance to the consumers. That means people. This is the finance. NABARD finance to the commercial banks. Commercial banks finance to the people. NABARD refinance to the people. Means NABARD never gives the loan to the public, but they refinance, means they give the loan to the public through the commercial banks only. That's why the NABARD refinance the people, finance to the commercial bank. NABARD is the Apex Bank and borrow the loans from the different sources. Then which statement is correct regarding the foreign direct investment? There are two options are there. So what is the foreign investment? Then we can understand the FDI. Foreign investment. That is a FDI, FII. These two are the part of the foreign investment. Foreign direct investment, foreign institutional investment. These two are the part of the foreign investment. FDI means the foreigners physically come to India and to make the investment. So they come to India, they purchase the land, they construct the building and hire the employees, and they start the product, what service or whatever it may be. That is called the FDI. And whereas foreign institutional investment, because without coming to the India physically, the foreigners can make the investment in Indian stock market. That is known as the foreign institutional investment. Okay, so if the foreign institutional investment is more than the 10% in a company, that will be considered as the foreign direct investment. Okay, so now we come to the point. FDI is non-debt instruments. No, it is not there. Not this rise of the capital only. It's not related to the debt instruments. This is a means no, it is not the debt instruments. The debt instruments means you see Security, government security bonds are there. Security bonds are there. Those are considered as the debt instruments. But FDI is not the debt instruments. It's rise of the capital only. So this statement is correct. And more than 10% FI is considered as the FDI. Yes. So then answer is A and the B. Both statements are the correct. Then come to the another one. Next, sixth one is there. What is the sixth one? See, consider the following statements regarding the government fiscal deficit. And the two statements are there. Three statements are given. What are those three statements? See, the fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit. What is the fiscal deficit? When expenditure is greater than the income, you can get the fiscal deficit. So fiscal deficit caused the inflation. How the fiscal deficit caused the inflation? Means when the government spent the more money in the market, that money in the market will increase. That will cause the inflation. Because a project, irrigation project is constructed in a particular undeveloped area, and thousands of crores are pumped by the government, and the people around that area get income. So they get the continuous income. Automatically, once they get the money, they create the inflation in the market. So more deficit means more money flow in the market. See, the fiscal deficit is there. Fiscal deficit promotes the more money circulation. More money circulation causes the inflation. Inflation. This is a Audi. So the direct proportional relationship is there between the fiscal deficit and the inflation. Cut the point. This is the one thing. Yes, inflationary. And expenditure greater than the income, you can get the fiscal deficit. Yes. Generally, Indian government, many states in India have the more fiscal deficit. India also has the more fiscal deficit is there because income is less than the expenditure, and more fiscal deficit is there. And more fiscal deficit is managed by the borrowing the loans. So all the countries in the world almost they have used fiscal deficit because a lot of money is spent for the welfare programs or the defense and interest payments or government programs. Okay, so 1 and 2. Okay, then the primary deficit, PD greater than the RD, revenue deficit greater than the fiscal deficit. This statement is wrong. Means the fiscal deficit greater than the revenue deficit greater than the primary deficit. This is a statement in relation to the Indian government. Okay, so this is a statement, but here is a 1 and 2 are the correct answer. 1 and 2 the correct answer. 1 and 2 is the correct answer. Okay. Then come to the another question. The national census is conducted by the which of the following office? So this is a National Statistical Office. National Statistical Office is there. That is NSO, National Statistical Office. National Statistical Office. National Statistical Office. NSO. It came into existence, that is 2019. Okay, NSO came into existence. So NSO, see the CSO and NSO, National Statistical Office, and the most Minister of the Statistics and Program Implementation. Okay, so CSO give the periodic labor force survey regarding the unemployment, and it presents the economic survey data also. The economic survey periodic labor force is given to the NSO. NSO works under the most Minister of the Statistics and Program Implementation. Okay, so CSO and NSO, so National Sample Survey Office, merged and became the National Statistical Office. Okay, this year's NSO. No, NSO is different. NSO releases the periodic labor force survey regarding the unemployment, and economic survey also is related to NSO. No, it's not related. Census report, Labor Bureau, CPI, Consumer Price Index, industrial workers, CPI, agricultural labor, CPI, rural labor. So these are given. This data is presented by the Labor Bureau. And Census Bureau, it's not related, but Census Commission is conducted by the Registrar General and the Census Commissioner under the Minister of the Home Affairs. Under the Minister of the Home Affairs. Okay. Then come to the another question. That is which statement is correct regarding the agriculture in the given following? See, there are three statements are there, which are the correct statement regarding the agriculture. See, grass sown area, GSA, and another word is net sown area. Net sown area. And third one is a crop intensity. Crop intensity. So there are three terminals are there. When you understand these three terminals, you can answer that one. You can answer this one. See, what is the grass sown area? Means the crops which are cultivated more than once in a financial year in the given agricultural land is known as the grass sown area. Then what about the net sown area? The crop which is cultivated only the once in a financial year in the given agricultural land, that is net sown area. Then crop intensity. What is the crop intensity? Grass sown area by the net sown area into 100, you can get the crop intensity. See, the grass sown area promotes the production, and the crop intensity promotes the production and productivity. That's the point. See how the crop intensity, how the grass sown area increase the crop intensity. I can take example, then you can answer this one. Say for example, net sown area, Kharif, Rabi, Jaid, three crops are there, and only 100 acres of the agricultural land is cultivated in the Kharif season. Rabi 0. So net sown area is 100 acres. Then grass sown area, Kharif is 100 acres, and Rabi 50 acres, Jaid 50 acres. Totally that is 200 acres of agriculture. Means net sown area is 100 acres, grass sown area is 200 acres. So finally net crop intensity, that is 200 by the 100 into 100, you can get the 2%. Crop intensity is 2%. So grass sown area increase the crop intensity increase the production and the productivity. So which is the highest grass crop intensity? Which state has more crop intensity? Means that is Haryana has the more crop intensity. Nagaland, so 2%, nearly more than 2% or the near 2% crop intensity is there. Haryana crop intensity is there, and average 1.5%, 1.55% at India. Okay, so some developed countries are there. Germany, France, England, these are the developed countries. Though they have the less agricultural land, they get the more production. How means by increasing the crop intensity through the gross soil area. So Japan is there, their crop intensity is more. So why means they have the means they use the qualified high yielding variety seeds in fertilizers, pesticides, and automatically they get the more. So every season is used. Are the developed countries like Germany, France, Norway, Sweden, these countries. Okay, now the three statements are given. So cultivating the more than the one crop in a year in the given agriculture land is known as a grass soil area. Yes, grass soil area means more than the one crop in a 1 year in the marked agriculture land. Next, net soil area increase the crop intensity. Wrong, because net soil area doesn't increase the crop intensity because only the one crop is cultivated. Okay. Then come to the crop intensity increase the agriculture production. Yes, agriculture production. So now the statement is 1, 3, 1, 3. D is answer. D is the answer for this one. Then another question. That is the eighth question. That is the eighth question. Okay, which oldest device is in the hands of RBI to control the inflation or deflation? See, the RBI is there, Reserve Bank of India, RBI, Reserve Bank of India, Central Bank, which came into existence in 1935, April 1st at the Calcutta. Okay, RBI is the head of the banks. Okay, so RBI as a quantitative credit control devices. Quantitative credit control devices. What are the quantitative credit control devices? The CRR, SLR, the bank rate, repo rate, reverse repo rate, MSF, open market operation. These are the devices in the hands of the RBI. In the name of the quantitative credit control devices. And these devices are applied by the RBI and the MPC Monetary Policy Committee to control the inflation or the deflation. See the CRR, 1956 came into existence. 1962, SLR bank rate 1923, repo rate 1992, reverse repo rate 1996, MS 2011. This came into existence. And this oldest device in the given following is, see, this is the bank rate. And RBI applies the CRR, SLR, bank rate, MSF to control the inflation. To control the inflation or the deflation. Inflation or the deflation. At the point. Inflation or the deflation. See, inflation means a continuous rise of the prices and fall of the money value. So, over a period of time, continuous rise of the prices, fall of the money value. When these three characters are available, that is known as the inflation. The inflation causes economic disparities. Inflation causes that means unrest in a country. And deflation, continuous fall of the prices and rise of the money value. So this deflation is opposite to the inflation. That means that means 2-6%. Above the 6% inflation, less than the 2% is the deflation. Both are not the productive to the economy, and inflation is a desirable and conducive, not an economy is productive, right? See, MPC Monetary Policy Committee, which came into existence 2016, used the bank rate, so repo rate, reverse repo rate to control the inflation, or the deflation. Another point. Okay. Of course, CRR is 3%, SLR is 18%, bank rate 5.5, 5.25, repo rate reverse about 3.35, MSF 5.5. So open market operation depends on the situation, demand and supply. Okay. Answer is the bank rate. That is 1923. Of course, RBI came into existence in 1935. But who applied the bank rate means Imperial Bank is there. Imperial Bank. Imperial Bank. So Imperial Bank came into existence in 1921 up to 1935. Means up to formation of the RBI. Imperial Bank acted as the central bank. This is important notice. Who acted as the central bank before the formation of the RBI? That is the Imperial Bank only. That is Imperial Bank only. Then come to with reference to the Financial Service Institution Bureau, which statement is correct? Okay, that means financial okay. The Financial Service Institution Bureau, FSIB, which statement is correct regarding the FSIB? So the governor of RBI is the chairman of the FSIB. No, this statement is wrong. Generally, FSIB came into existence 2022. It is replaced by the, BBB is replaced by the FSIB. Okay, so chairman is a separate. RBI chairman is not the chairman of the RBI governor is not chairman of the FSIB. This statement is wrong. And financial FSIB recommends public sector banks for the selection of the heads of the public sector banks. Means it recommends the chief executives, chairmen, directors of the public sector banks. Yes, this statement is correct. And see the FSIB helps the public sector banks in the development strategies and the capital raising. Yes, it recommends the heads of the public sector banks and also it assists the development of those banks. Strategies what I mean. Then 2-3 is answer. 2-3 is answer. 2-3 is answer. Then come to the consider the following. Another statement. Consider the following. So the 4 statements are given, and which statement is the correct? Which is not the part of the capital market. Which is not the part of the capital market. See, there are 2 markets are there. Money market. Money market. The second one is a capital market. Capital market. Money market means the loans related to the commercial banks. The capital market means, so see, the money market means the loans regarding the loans among the commercial banks. See, call money is there, call money, notice money, and this one is next to term loan. So call means 1 day loan, less than 14, more than the 14 days. 14 days. See, the commercial banks are there. The government, private, foreign, RRB considers the commercial banks. And the commercial banks take the loans, they borrow the loans from among the members. For example, State Bank of India is there, take the loan for the period of 1 day, or the less than the 14 days, or the more than the 14 days from the other bank. SBI from the HDFC from the SBI, like that. So the call money means 1 day loan, within the 1 day. It is paid within the 1 day. The notice money means that is the 14 days loan, less than the 14 days. Term loan is more than 14 days. So these terms are related to the money market. What is the capital market? So the capital market is different. These are debt instruments, and the stock market, These two are the part of the capital market. Debt instruments. What are those debt instruments? Government securities. Are known as the gilt-edged securities. Gilt-edged securities. So these are considered as the government securities or the gilt-edged securities. Why it is known as the gilt-edged securities? Means because they are guaranteed by the government of India. That's why it's known as the very trusted securities. And when the government of India has a fiscal deficit, Indian government borrow the loans by auctioning the government securities or gilt-edged securities. So these government securities are auctioned by the RBI, and they have the central government to borrow the loans. So there are two types are there: treasury bills and dated securities. Dated securities are the government bonds. The treasury bills are this means that is 3 months to 6 months to 1 year. So that means short-term loans. This is the dated securities, or the government bonds are the more than the long-term loans. Okay, so these government securities and stock market are the part of the capital market, whereas the call money, notice money, term money is a part of the money market. Now, which is not a part of the capital market? Say government bonds, treasury bills, government bonds are the dated securities, are the part of the government bonds, and this is the capital market. Stock market is a capital market. Treasury bills, this means treasury bills nothing but only the government securities. Capital market, this is the call money, which is not part of the capital market. So answer is only the second. Then come to the another one. Which statements are correct regarding the GST rates? Which statement is correct regarding the GST, Goods and Services Tax? Okay, got the point. GST. This is came into existence in 2017, July 1st, by the 101 Amendment Act, with the recommendation of the Raja Committee. And GST is borrowed from the France. Already GST was introduced in France in 1954. It is borrowed to India, and you made it as the Amendment Act. Okay, so then the GST. So this question is repeated. Okay. This also is repeated. Consider the following statement regarding the 15th Finance Commission recommendation for the 2021-26. Okay, see the 15th Finance Commission recommendations. What are the recommendations? So those are to be discussed. Statements are given. First, 15th Finance Commission. General Finance Commission distribute the taxes between the center and the state. vertically or the horizontally between the center and the state or the among the states. Okay, the Finance Commission gives the recommendation central government distributes. This Finance Commission came to existence by the 28th article indicates the formation of the Finance Commission, and Finance Commission is the constitutional head. Finance Commission is a constitutional amendment, constitutional body, and the chairman members are appointed for the period of 5 years by the President of India, and they are the security of the tenure. They are the security of the tenure for the period of 5 years. They cannot be removed with the will of the world parliament. They can be removed with the President of India. Okay. And 15th Finance Commission recommendations. The 41 percentage to the states and 1 percentage to the Jammu and Kashmir. 1 percentage to the Jammu and Kashmir. So because the central government collect the GST, income tax. So when the central government collects the tax from the state government, and its share should be given to the states, because sale tax and entertainment tax, entry tax, octroi tax are taken by the central government. Income tax also is levied by the central government, and some of the percentage should be given to the state. And who recommends? Finance Commission recommend. With the recommendation of the Finance Commission, central government distributes the taxes. Okay. And the grants also provided. Grants recommended by the Finance Commission. Okay. See, this one is it recommended the 41% divisible pool from the central taxes to the states. Yes, this statement is correct. 1% is given to the Jammu and Kashmir for the security purpose, because there is some violence is there. To check the violence, government of India allotted more the money. Finance Commission recommended, and it recommended the state specific grants, and it recommended the sector specific grants. So finally, so 1 and 3 totally all the options are the correct. The D is the answer. D is answer. Got the point. So what is the specific grants, state specific grants, sector specific grants? Because the grants are the 5 types. Grants are the 5 types. One is the Central Finance Commission recommends the grants to the central government, state government. So one is regarding the fiscal deficit, regarding the deficit, the state which has a deficit, so there are those deficit states are identified and a grant is provided. And the second one is state specific grants, means for the drinking water and drainage, means sanitary purpose, harvesting the water, rainwater. So for that purpose, state specific grant is provided by the central government to the state government. And central specific grants. What are the central specific grants? Central specific grants means for the district welfare programs and health and education purpose, health and education development, district welfare. For these maintenance, central sector grants are provided, and disaster management. So 5 types of the grants are there, and state government get the assistance. State government get the central tax share and the grant also from the central government. One is the tax revenue share, and another is the grants. This one, which of the following source of income to the Reserve Bank of India? So what are the sources? Because RBI has a central bank. It came into this 1935. So what is the sources? Yes, RBA print the currency 2 rupees to the 5 rupees paper currency. Paper currency. Reserve Bank of India prints the 2 rupees to 5 rupees paper currency. The source of the income to the RBA. And of course, finance department prints the 1 rupee paper currency and all kinds of the coins. That is not it is not, these two are not the sources, not the sources for the RBA. These are not the sources of income to the RBA. And one thing, RBA give the loans to the commercial banks in the name of the bank rate and repo rate. So our commercial banks, RBA give the loan to the commercial banks bank rate. The rate at which commercial banks borrow the loans from the RBA is known as the bank rate. It came into existence in 1923. It is the oldest device in the hands of RBA. It is a quantitative credit control device. And the repo rate. The rate at which commercial banks borrow the loan from the RBA for the short-term period, less than the 14 days. Long-term means bank rate to less than the 14 days means that is a repo rate. So RBA give the long-term loan to the commercial banks and RBA give the loan to the short-term loans to the commercial banks and they get the interest. So RBA got the interest from the commercial banks in the name of the bank rate, repo rate. And this is the interest calculated of the RBA, the source of the income to the RBA. One thing. And RBA auction the government securities. Out auctions. So the government securities or legal securities are auctioned by the RBA on the behalf of the central government to borrow the money to manage the fiscal deficit. So these are the sources. So the lakhs of rupees are there in the hands of RBA. Central government requested give the money to manage the fiscal deficit. RBA has the money, so RBA is asked by the central government to give the money to manage the fiscal deficit because Indian government is having the more interest payment. 20% of the budget is paid in the name of the interest. To reduce the fiscal deficit, we need the money from the RBA. RBA declined the request, refused the request of central government. Because central RBA says, during the financial emergency, this money will be used. But central government says, we don't have the financial emergency, we don't get also in the future. But say, when you get, then definitely RBA should use these funds only. Anyway, these are the sources. Then RBA is buying and selling the government bonds. Are they government securities? Yes. Buying and selling the foreign currency also. During appreciation, depreciation, during appreciation. During the depreciation, RBA will buy and sell that means dollars. When there is a demand for the dollar in the India, then RBA sell. Then the rise of the dollars in India. When there is a less demand, then it will purchase the dollars. So based on the demand and the supply, RBA sometimes purchase and sometimes sell. So this is also correct statement. And minting all kinds of the coins is a source? No. The finance department prints the 1 rupee paper currency which is signed by the finance secretary, and finance department mints all kinds of the coins, all including the 1, 2 rupees, 5 rupees, 10 rupees, whatever it may. So this statement is not right. And printing the distributing the currency notes. Yes, RBI prints currency and distribute to the throughout the India. Because there are four centers are there at the RBI. One is Nasik, Maharashtra, Devas, MP, Salboni, West Bengal, Mysore. These are the main four centers. By these four centers, RPF print the currency and distribute throughout India through their administrative missionary. Okay, so the answer is the D only. A, B, D answer. A, B, D is answer. Then come to the another question. Which statement is the correct in the given following with regard to the grants by the center to the states? Already I told the central government give the money to the states. Central tax share. Because 41% should be given to the states with the recommendation of the 15th Finance Commission headed by the NKC. Okay, now the 16th Finance Commission is appointed by the central government, is headed by the Aravinda Panagaria. Okay, this is the central government. State government get the central tax share. And the second one is the grants. Central government provide the grant to the states. This is second source of income to the state government. So 5 types of the grants are there. Grants. 5 types of the grants are there. Revenue deficit states. Because when the revenue income is less than the revenue expenditure, you can get the revenue deficit. Revenue expenditure unproductive, pension payment, salary payment, defense, subsidies, government programs, all these are the part of the revenue expenditure. So when the revenue expenditure is larger than the revenue income means the tax revenue, non-tax revenue, fees, penalties, estates, grants, like that. These are the part of the non-tax revenue. Anyway, so there are some states which are getting the revenue deficit. Those are identified. Central government provides the grants. And the second one is local government maintenance. Local government maintenance. For the maintenance of the local government, the panchayati, municipality, corporation, because India is a federal country, central government, state government, local government is there. Okay, democracy, federal government. So for the maintenance of the local government, the grants are provided. And third one is state specific tax. State specific grant. So this is another third one. State specific grant. What is a state specific grant? First for the drinking water, water harvesting, rainwater harvesting, sanitary maintenance, sanitary drainage system, all these providing some maintenance of health. So for these, state specific grants are given, and sector specific grants. Sector specific grants means the district level government programs, for the maintenance of the district level government programs, health and education services related expenditure for the central government related sector specific grants. The fifth one is disaster management. Because when there is national calamities like floods or the cyclones or tsunamis or pandemic conditions like COVID-19, so automatically the disaster management, under the disaster management, some grants are provided. So generally, grant means free financial assistance. Free financial assistance. Free financial assistance at the point. So now come to the, with regard to the grants given by the central government states, revenue deficit of the states grants are given, yes. This is a revenue deficit. And disaster management, yes. And the local government maintenance. So totally 1, 2, 3 answer. D is answer. Weak states are economically weak states are identified, grants are provided. For example, northeastern states are there. They get the special grants from the central government because northeast states are the 8 states are there, including the Sikkim. Because economically, socially, they are not the strong because that is a hilly area, mountain area. So there is not agriculture, there is no proper industrial service sector. Automatically, they need help from the central government in the name of the grants only. So here another question. Consider the following statement regarding the masala bonds. Masala is spicy bonds. Because Indian companies raise the capital in the foreign countries, that is known as the masala bonds. So the government of India borrow the loans, raise the capital by the borrowing the loans in the name of the, that means selling of the security, government securities. But Indian companies raise the capital in the foreign countries. This is known, this rise of the capital by the Indian companies in foreign countries is known as the masala bonds. Masala bonds. Okay, so what are the statements regarding the masala bonds? The listed in the Indian stock market. Because Indian stock NSE is there, BSE is there. The company which is listed in NSE or the BSE, automatically they issue that means they raise the capital in the foreign countries. And the rise of the capital in the foreign countries is part of external debt only. Yes, it's a kind of the external debt only because we are borrowing the money, we are raising the capital. So that is a part of the debt only. So the answer is 1 and 2. Then another one. That is, consider the following statement regarding the Vikasit Bharat Guarantee for the Rozgar and Ajivika Mission, Gramin, VBGRM. This is a new program. Of course, this program, early Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. Because the Indian government wants to change the name of the MGNRHS as the BBGRH. Already bill is under the parliament to change the name. Generally, National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme came into existence in 2005 during the Congress government, during the Congress Manmohan Singh, when the Manmohan Singh was Prime Minister of India. So this act was introduced in the parliament. NGRGS 2005, and it was implemented from the 2006 Bandlamudi Ananthapuram. First time this program was started by the Sonia Gandhi and Manmohan Singh combination. And in 2009, MG Mahatma Gandhi word is added to the NREGS. Because the Indian government wants to eliminate the Mahatma Gandhi from the NREG. So in this regard, they are going to change the name. You can see the newspaper. This is current related. Anyway, MG NREGS. So it's going to become the Vikasit Bharat Guarantee for Rozgar and Ajivika Mission. Because this program is rural employment program. Because the person who does not have the work is identified, the work is provided, and wages are provided. 100 days guarantee program. 100 days guarantee program. 1972, Maharashtra government compulsory guarantee program was started, and the Indian government started 1977 Food for Work program. Later it became the National Rural Employment Guarantee Program. Name is changed. Okay. So anyway, this is then what are the rules? What are the rules? It is decided by the respective state governments. No, regarding the wages or the some allotments, it depends on the central government only. Of course, this is central sponsored programs. There are two types of the programs are there. Central sector programs. Central sector programs. Central sector programs. PM Kisan program. Central sector government, so total assistance is provided by the central government, no relation to the state government. Because the farmers in India get the financial assistance from the central government. 6,000 rupees is given to the farmer for in three installment. 2,000 one installment, 2,000 second installment, 2,000 third installment. Total 6,000 is given. That is example. But whereas central sponsored program is there. Central sponsored program. Example, Mahatma Gandhi National Employment Guarantee Program. Okay, so central give the assistance to the, that means more fund is given by the, around 75% or 90% by central government. Remaining is by the state government only. Okay, the two programs. Anyway, this is states don't have the involvement. It is revised annually linked with the CPA rural labor. CPA rural labor. See, what is CPA rural labor? Consumer price index is there. CPA, consumer price index. It is a device to measure the inflation. And CPA industrial workers 1. CPA agricultural labor, CPA rural labor. So to measure the inflation at the rural areas, industries, agricultural labor, or village, rural are the agricultural workers. So CPA is used. But Mahatma Gandhi National Employment Guarantee Program wages are based on CPM agricultural labor, not the rural labor. CPI agricultural labor is used. So based on the CPI agricultural labor, the government decides the wages. Because agricultural labor, so how much time is spent in the agricultural field, how much salary, how much wage should be given, and these are taken into the consideration. Okay, so this one is wrong. So both are the wrong statements only. See, which state get the more wages? Haryana, 400 rupees per day. Haryana, 400 rupees. AP Telangana, that is AP Telangana, how much means 307 rupees. And 247, that is Nagaland, lowest Nagaland. Why the high wages are given now in the Haryana means because there is much demand for the labor. Because Punjab, Haryana has a more fertility soil, irrigation facilities are there, grass sown area is more, as a result crop intensity is more. Generally, Punjab has more crop intensity. Why means grass sown area is more? Why means irrigation facilities as well as the agricultural fertility? Because 5 rivers are flow through the Punjab and Haryana. That's why they have the more fertility, and finally they have to give the more wages because labor is not available. costly labor, Nagaland, poor state, and for Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh not so. Earlier it was less, now it rised. So Haryana gets more wages, whereas Nagaland gets low. Telangana AP gets the 307 rupees per day. Okay. Then come to the another one. The consider the following airports. Consider the following airports. So there is a greenfield projects. So which airport is related to the greenfield projects? See, greenfield projects are found in undeveloped area. The venture is a developed, a construction is a developed, a entity is a developed in the undeveloped area. Why this entity is venture is prepared in the undeveloped area to develop that undeveloped area. For the development of undeveloped area, so entities are developed, constructions are developed, ventures are developed. Okay, that's why these entities which are in the undeveloped area are known as the greenfield projects. Greenfield projects. Example: airports. Airports, are constructed in the undeveloped area for the development of the undeveloped area. For example, so what are the airports which are related to the greenfield? So Dhoni Polo Airport, which is located in Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal, the capital is Itanagar. So Itanagar nearby city is there. Okay, Itanagar nearby city is there. That is a Naharlagan. At the Naharlagan, there is a airport is there. This is undeveloped area. And Kushinagar International Airport is there. That is a Kushinagar means the death place of the Buddha. Mahaparinirvana. Maha means a great death of the Buddha is known as the Mahaparinirvana. So Buddha is born in that is Kushin, that means Lumbini at the Nepal, and died at the Kushinagar, Uttar Pradesh in India. So his birth is considered as the Mahanirvana. In the literal meaning, Mahanirvana means Buddha is relieved from liberated from the sorrows, liberated from the birth. That is known as the Mahanirvana. And for the development of that place, this is Kushinagar is selected. These two are the greenfield projects. But Vijayawada International Airport is not. Why means Vijayawada is developed area. Andhra Pradesh is developed. That Vijayawada is the capital of the Andhra Pradesh. Of course, Amaravati. Then come to if a person gets the 16 lakhs of income annually, so how much income tax should be paid? The question is given. See, there are 4 to 8 lakhs, 5% is there. 8 to 12 lakhs, that is a 10%. 12 to 16, so 15%. So these are the slabs. 16 to the 20, 20%. 20 to the 25, 24, so 25%. And above the 24, that is the 30%. These are the income tax slabs. Suppose a person is getting the 60 lakhs, how much the gross tax is paid? That is means for the 60 lakhs, 20,000 rupees for this 5% slab, and 10% slab, 60,000 is paid, and because 16 lakhs, so 40,000, 60,000. So 3 slabs are applied to the employee who is getting the 16 lakhs annually, and total 1,20,000. This is a net income tax, and 4% is gross cess. That means 4,800 rupees. The totally 1,24,800 rupees. This is the amount to pay to the government by the employee. So net income tax and cess both will be the 1,24,800. This is answer. B is answer. B is the answer. Because these stamps are given by the Nirmala Sitharaman 25-26 budget estimation. In the coming budget estimation, whether these stamps are changed or not, we have to find out. So, consider the following statements: the effect of the devaluation of the currency. So, answer is A. So, devaluation of the currency means reducing the rupee value artificially by the government of India is known as the devaluation of the Indian currency. Because when the rupee's appreciation, exports will fall down and automatically damage the Indian economy. That's why to protect the domestic companies, so the rupees are devaluated artificially. That is not the devaluation. The 4 times you have the devaluation of Indian currency: 1949, 1966, 1991, 1991 July 1st, 1991 July 3rd. The 4 times so far. And come to the, with reference to the urban cooperative banks in India, the following. Answer is B. And consider the following statement. See, find out the correct statement regarding the natural farming. Regarding the natural farming. So, the natural farming is most important. There are 2 types of the farming: is the organic farming and natural farming. Organic farming means, the dung, cattle, urine are applied as fertilizer, pesticides. And external organic materials, some micro level of the synthetic chemicals are applied in the organic. Organic farming is successful in the Odisha and failure in the Sri Lanka. Okay, and this one is natural farming. What is the natural farming? Means dung and animal, means cattle, urine are applied, are used as the fertilizer, pesticides. No outside organic and chemical products are not applied. Natural farm. The pure local only. No extra inputs are applied in the natural farming. Okay, so natural farming is famous in the Japan. See, Masanobu Fukuoka is a Japan farmer. He invented the natural farming in the Japan. See, Masanobu Fukuoka, so he invented natural farming in the Japan. It is popular and also it is applied in the Karnataka in India. And the natural farming is known as the zero budget natural farming by the Subhash Palekar. Got the point? So, Subhash Palekar, father of the natural farming in India, and this Masanobu Fukuoka is a father of the natural farming in the world. So, why the Subhash Palekar so says GBNB, zero based natural farming means no expenditure on the farm. So zero expenditure, that's why it's a zero based natural farm. It is applied in the Karnataka. That worldwide, that is in the Japan. Okay, and also what are the statements regarding this one? Okay, this statement is correct. And it natural farming avoids external organic and synthetic. No outside input is applied in the natural farming. That's the point. And zero budget nature of farming is named by the Subhash Palekar. Yes, this statement also. And nature of farming is applied in the AP. Yes, it is wrong. In the Karnataka only. It is in the Karnataka only. So C is answer. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is answer. The nature of farming is most important. Then come to the another one. So the statement is correct with respect to the GST. The GST is levied on the agriculture product. No, agriculture products don't attract the GST. Vegetables, fruits, these the naturally produced agriculture products not GST is not levied. And GST levied on agriculture machineries. Yes, tractors, motors, what to track the water, motors are there. GST is levied. Fertilizers, pesticides, GST is levied. Entertainment attracts the GST, whereas road tax is not part of the GST, it is a part of the state government tax only. So then 2, 3 is answer. 2, 3 is answer. C is answer. C is the answer. See the statement, which statement is correct in the given following. 2021, we have the minus 4.1% negative growth rate because of the COVID-19. Enter the world countries are affected by the COVID-19. India also is affected. India faced the minus 4.1%. And present 24-25 economic survey, present economic survey, our growth rate is 6.4%. So the two statements are the correct. India's economy is not the pastoral economy, agrarian economy. Agrarian economy. Agrarian economy. What is agrarian economy? So cultivation of the agriculture is known as agrarian economy. Harappa civilization as agrarian economy. At present, India is agrarian economy. So because main occupation of the India is agrarian, nearly 48% employment is located in the agriculture and allied sector. That indicates the India is agrarian economy. Okay, got the point. So this agrarian economy, so the means the pastoral economy. What is the pastoral economy? The pastoral economy means the cattle rearing, because Vedic people are there. Vedic people, so belonging to 1500 to this 1000 to the 600 BC. Sorry, 1500 to the. So Vedic people, they have the pastoral economy. They depend on the cows, milking, milk and the meat and cod. They depend on that one. So migrated people. So they are the Vedic people are the pastoral economy, whereas the Harappa people are the agrarian economy. Present India economy also is agrarian economy. So the answer is 3. Answer is 3. And which statement is correct in the given following? Fiscal policy is applied to control the inflation. This is the correct. And main objective of fiscal policy is inflation control. Yes. Borrowing loans by the government is the largest source of the capital shifts. Yes. Largest source of the income from the non-tax revenues, estates. No, it's wrong. That's the dividends and profits only. The dividends and profits is the largest income in the non-tax revenue. The final answer is C only. C is the answer. C is answer. So we completed the 25 bits which are related to the current economy. Thank you.